What's going on, guys? It's Chandler here at the channel, coming back to you guys again with another video. This week we'll be going over the top 5 pistol upgrades that you may need for your new pistol. Let's check it out. As always, first things first, we are clear. So most of you all who've been with us for a while know that we do have some pretty upgraded pistols here on the channel, all of which are upgraded in different ways. Some to the extreme and some not so to the extreme. For example, I have a bone stock Kimber 1911 and of course the VP9 that everybody knows about at this point. But say you are new into the handgun world and you just bought your new handgun and you started to get used to it a little bit, but there's certain things about it that you may or may not like and that you may want to upgrade. Other things you might be thinking about is, what do I need for the gun, aside from the ammo of course, to make this gun better for self-defense? And these are some topics we're going to cover in this top 5. First off, with number 1. The first thing you need in order to defend yourself properly is to be able to see your target. So that's why number 1 is a flashlight, and a good one at that. A weapon mounted light such as the TLR1HL that I've got here on my VP9 is almost a necessity when it comes to self-defense, home defense, however you want to spin it. In terms of upgrades on the pistol itself, a flashlight is probably the most practical because it actually allows you to see your target. Because if something happens and your house is broken into at night and you do not have a light, you will not be able to see your target, and you may not know the difference between your child sneaking in the middle of the night or a burglar breaking in to harm you. And a flashlight is probably one of the easiest additions to make to your build. They do make lights of varying sizes, of course. The TLR1HL does stick out past the barrel. Some people like that, some people don't like that. I do like to have a little bit of this ledge sticking out past the barrel just in case someone gets right up on you. With flashlight being number 1, you can now identify your target. Number 2, I'm going to say, is sights. Now this doesn't particularly mean a red dot sight. That is just what I have on here. You can pick your poison. I'm not going to say a red dot is the best thing to ever happen. If you don't like red dots, don't use red dots. If you do not have a good set of iron sights on your pistols, say you bought a brand new Glock 19 with those plastic Glock sights. I never really liked those, the U and the dot. When I had my Glock 23, I replaced them with Trijicon night sights, which I loved. As well, Glock night sights are very good as well. Mac has a Glock 17 with night sights, and they're great sights. The adjustable sights on Trevor's Glock 34, awesome. But a lot of stock pistol iron sights leave a lot to be desired. Even the illuminated sights of the VP9 aren't going to be very practical in a nightstand gun scenario because they need sunlight to be charged. Night sights usually do not. These are Trijicon Bright and Tufts, and they are absolutely fantastic. They've done really well for me. I like them quite a bit. That's what I've used on here as my backup sights, with a red dot as my main sighting system. Red dots are nice. I like them. Everyone here on the channel likes them. That doesn't mean you need to like them. At a minimum, I would recommend getting iron sights that you're going to be able to use at night and line up your sight picture, because that way you can line up your sight picture without having to use your light and turn your light on. So number 2 is going to be your sights as your upgrade. Alright, next on our list of upgrades is going to be an extended magazine. Now this HK VP9 here came with a 15 round magazine flush, and it now is 17 round magazine. But what I have here is a +5 extension magazine that I use as my backup, or if it's in my nightstand, this is loaded in there ready to go, so I will have the most rounds as I can. Now, why is this important? It's pretty self-explanatory. You don't want to see yourself run out of the things that can protect you the most in a very important situation. This is also a pretty widely available and pretty inexpensive option in order to upgrade your pistol. Only costs a little bit more marginally compared to a regular magazine, and you get more firepower with that. That is more defensive power, or if you're down at the range, more rounds to shoot and have a good time. Extended magazines are really win-win all around, and they're relatively easy to find and cheap to upgrade. Number 4, and that is going to be the grip of your pistol. Now this is going to have some caveats as well. You can see the grips that I've got here on my VP9 are the Talon Sandpaper Grit grips. So with the Sandpaper Talon grips, I I use that to give my hand a little bit more grip. It always allows me to keep firm grip no matter what the condition, whether that's sweat, rain, whatever it may be. Now, most pistols usually come with some sort of stippling or texture on the grip, straight stock from the factory. The VP9 did, however, I wanted a little something that would stick to my hand better, so I put a Talon grip on it. Something else that a lot of people do is upgrade the grips and do custom stipple jobs for their pistols, and when they do that, it does cost a little bit more money, but it basically provides the additional texture on your grip without the addition of a secondary grip like a Talon grip. Either way, a grip is something to consider upgrading, as it is your main tool in terms of controlling your firearm, is keeping that master grip. And of course that helps with recoil management, follow through, and of course acquiring your sights. And the good thing is, a lot of the Talon grips are pretty inexpensive, and a lot of these stipple jobs on a lot of these different pistols that you will be choosing between or have chose between, chances are you went to a gun shop and you were able to see which one best fits your hand and which one you like the most. All in all, the important thing is a new grip can make you a more effective shooter. Some guns like the VP9 allow for interchangeable grips or back straps that allow you to change the size of the pistol grip, and like the SIG P320 or P365 series of handguns, those are modular and you can remove the fire control group and drop it into new frames, so that way you can get a bigger frame or a smaller frame depending on what your hand needs. And number 5, and I'm going to put an asterisk next to this one, just kind of a disclaimer, some people may agree, some people may not, and it really depends on your situation. The last thing to upgrade may be the trigger of your pistol. Now, in the VP9 review, I talked about how much I love the VP9 trigger. It's a great trigger, and I absolutely love this thing. It's a great trigger, wouldn't do a thing to it. I'd keep it stock no matter what. My SIG trigger is definitely not as good as the VP9. However, that being said, you're going to be careful when modifying your trigger if it is going to be something you carry every day or something like that. I've never experienced this myself, but you can read reviews that people have modified their triggers in their carry gun or in a gun, and it has changed the way that gun is performed, sometimes having more malfunctions than it did with the stock trigger. So that's something you want to weigh out. You should probably decide on a gun that has a really, really good stock trigger that will only wear in with use and get better. Personally, I like keeping that aspect of my carry gun stock, so that way I don't mess something up in my negligence. That doesn't mean that you all will do the same, that's just what I do. And that is going to be my 5 recommended upgrades for your pistol. Whether you just got a new bone stock pistol or you just got your first pistol and you're looking to figure out what you need to do in order to make it a little bit better and a little bit more efficient, that is my top 5. So that is going to about do it for this video, guys. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below. Let us know your top 5. Did I get it right? Did I get it wrong? If you have any questions for us, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you like the channel and like what we're doing. This has been Chandler with Range Day, where every day is Range Day. Thanks for watching, and have a good one, guys.
I think this is more realistic, right?
Well,
Yeah, you're
sometimes
right.
I do it like I got my hands up, like someone's threatening me, and then you go for it.
Yeah,
We should do that on the second round.
Yeah, that's harder.
This is quicker because then you're right here already.